Hey, so today I decided to use some of the leftover canned pumpkin that I had from the holidays as a dessert. So I took this out of my cabinet and today I decided I'm gonna make some pumpkin bread. All right, so to get started, you would just use 1 can of your pureed pumpkin, pure pumpkin. To this, your wet ingredients, you'll add 1 2/3 cup of sugar, 2/3 cup of vegetable oil, 2 tablespoons of vanilla, and 4 eggs. This recipe will get you 2 loaves of pumpkin bread, but if you don't want loaves, you can always put them in muffin tins and just make pumpkin muffins. It's just as good. The only difference is the timing on how long you'll have it in the oven. All right, so you're gonna mix all this together. And once that's well incorporated, just set that aside because now we're gonna work on the dry ingredients. So for the dry ingredients, 3 cups of all-purpose flour. Today I had some all-purpose gluten-free flour, so I'm gonna try that and see what happens. So 3 cups of that, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and then a 1/2 teaspoon of cloves. If you're not a big fan of cloves, do 1/4 teaspoon. And a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. And we're gonna whisk all this together. It's an important step. You wanna make sure all of your dry ingredients are blended thoroughly, even flavor throughout the loaf. All right, should look like that. And then you're just gonna take your dry ingredients, put it into your larger bowl where your wet ingredients are, and then you're just gonna stir it together. As far as the consistency, it's going to be a thicker consistency, almost like a cake batter. So you see it's kind of thicker. I'm still mixing it, but you get the gist. So then once it's all well and incorporated here, you'll put it into the pan of your choice. I'm going to use just a simple loaf pan. Now this is way too much for this loaf pan, but I'm just making 1 loaf for me and my family. The rest I could just, put into muffin tins or make a 2nd loaf. So we just put that in. You want to fill it up to about halfway, maybe a little less. It is going to rise. That's my oven telling me it's ready. So I think I'll stop right about there. Let's see, it's about halfway full. And I'm gonna stick this in the oven at 350 for about 50 minutes. To know if it's done, you do the toothpick test. And what that is you just get a toothpick, you stick it in the middle of your bread. If the toothpick comes out clean, you're good to go and it's done. So stay tuned and we'll see what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. The pumpkin bread is done, just took it out of the oven. It's still hot. I wanted to show you what it looked like. Look at that, I'll cut it open in a minute. With the leftover batter, I decided just to make some muffins. So I have some muffins here. So let's see what it tastes like. I think I'll open this up so you can see. Got a little spatula. Looks perfect, crumbly. It's gonna be hot, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Delicious. Just the right spices and nice and warm, good with a cup of coffee or tea. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Enjoy.